She stood on a podium next to a formal witness robot, a sleek black memory spire with a pleated white antenna echoing the collar of an ancient human judge. 3 of us were competing for the post of linguist. Shawnee and I knew that the third candidate would decline because his children had convinced him to remain on Earth to help raise his grandchildren. That left us, sitting side by side. I twisted the ring on my finger and waited. The sun slanted in through grand windows.
Those who go must sacrifice much, perhaps everything, in the pursuit of knowledge, the chairman chopped on. But the entire task force will be needed to prepare for their departure.
Shawnee and I had confirmed our opinions the night before. Each of us was as deserving and as determined to go.
Now, he said, after we have lost so much during the last centuries, we know the value of lives and hopes, and we will willingly risk ourselves to unite all branches of humanity again. Now I shall release the names of those selected.
He gestured at the robot. The names came to our minds. We read silently. Shawnee would go on the expedition, and I was the backup. We leapt up and hugged, weeping out of joy or disappointment. We had known we would react that way, and had supposedly reached mutual comfort with our rivalry. But my life depended on going. She didn't know that, because no one did. The night before the announcement, we had celebrated NVA Day, the commemoration of the great loss. Like all children, I had once delighted in it, playing with false terror. But now it meant unspeakable farce. But how could I fail to participate without hinting that I was the target? In my dormitory room, I draped myself in a white body veil, the traditional ghost costume I brought out every April 1st. It obscured my face without even a slit for eyes to represent the idea that we were all the same in death, faceless. I set my visual overlay high to see better than I would with my real eyes. The PAC's task force had organized its own celebration, a small reiteration of Earth's first global holiday held everywhere on the first night of April as the sun set around the globe. We were holding it in a crossroads at the edge of a reclaimed section of the city, with our new dormitories on one side of a street and collapsed buildings on the other. The steel-framed rubble rose taller than the wild trees sprouting among it, and the glass that had once sheathed them, now shattered, sparkled amid green overgrowth. On our side of the crossroads, squat cherry trees with pale pink blossoms decorated the spaces between the new buildings, which glowed with self-sufficient light. Our white costumes were tinted by sunset to echo the color of the trees. If ghosts existed, they would be here in this city, in this once bustling city, one of countless emptied out 150 years ago by a great plague. But the dead stay dead, except for the architect of the great loss, NVA herself, punished eternally. Some people, like to watch her suffer. A stack of deadwood gathered from the forested ruins sat in the center of the intersection. I wanted to spend as little time as possible at that cruel ritual, although attendance was required by law, waiting until finally Shawnee called me to come. She said I was missing the fun. She was too kind, too thoughtful to let me do that. My best friend, the first best friend I had ever had. I paused at the doorway to locate her. One more time, I would try to talk her out of going. Almost 200 people were celebrating, members of the task force, support staff, and their families. Children rushed around squealing with delight, a few disguised as ghosts, but most as cute little animals. Almost all the adults were white ghosts like me, but a half-dozen red ones circulated, even 2 men, and I flushed with anger at their disrespect. Anthropologists should know better. The red ghosts represented NVA, and there was only one of her. There should be only one at the celebration. Task force members had settled into work groups around tables of drinks and snacks set up on the grassy, broken pavement. The pilots and engineers, who always had more energy than introspection, danced and sang to music I didn't